Hi there. I'm your host, Corinne, and this is Okay, but Are You Good? Where we check in on ourselves on a weekly basis to see how we're doing. How's everyone hanging in there? Are we living our best lives, or are we just taking it day by day? I still feel like I'm in a good mood. Things are going well, and I'm very appreciative and grateful for that. So let's get into today's topic. Something that has been on my mind lately is my childhood hobbies or interests, whatever you want to call them. You know, those things that we did growing up and then we just stopped doing them because life happens. We have school, work, other priorities. But remember dancing in your room, singing with a hairbrush, playing with Legos, drawing, making up games in the backyard, or we used to film music videos. All that stuff that we did before we had to grow up and get serious. So let's dive into revisiting these childhood hobbies, interests, and how they might actually just be self-care that we didn't know we needed. So somewhere along the way, we dropped these childhood hobbies. Obviously, part of it is we grew up. Another would be we had to focus on what was important and do our responsibilities of school, work, our families, whatever it may be. Or it turned into you should monetize off of this. You like drawing? Let's open up a Etsy shop. Love sports? Okay, put in all the work to go pro. Love writing? Start writing a book. It turned into more of a job than just having fun, or you got a different job or went to school for something else and you didn't have time to do what you loved. And if you weren't excelling, if you weren't pro or the best of the best, we tend to drop it, right? But we end up losing one of the things that kept us so happy and free-spirited. So lately, I've been thinking about the things that I used to love doing. And now that I have more time, per se, in some aspects, like I'm not in school and my daily schedule, it's pretty straightforward. So one thing that I've talked about is I've started reading more. I try and read or listen a book once a month, and I absolutely love reading. It's definitely from my mom's side because me and my cousins are all little bookworms, or at least like the younger siblings. I don't know what the older siblings do. But like we used to read like mystery novels and romance novels. So I've just like brought that back into my life and I love it so much. Like I am such a bookworm. And I even like try to make a book club with some of my friends. We read like maybe 2 books and then just like fell off. Like I think we kind of got busy, but also book clubs are hard because they're so fun, but like I don't want to be stuck reading something I don't want to read. And I really just like romance and like fantasy novels, but not like fairies and stuff. I read it's like monsters or whatever category Charlie Bone falls into. My cousin got me into that and I loved that series as a kid. But mainly I've just been reading romance. So it's been so fun. And I have like 2 best friends that we love reading so much. So we'll send each other books to read. And that's kind of like my own book club without it actually being like, okay, you got to meet once a month. Those sound fun. I just don't have enough friends here that would actually come and meet and like we all love the same genre, but maybe one day. So that's one thing I've fallen back in love with. Another thing that is I'm starting to listen to like my old artists I listened to growing up because so many people are coming out with new albums that like they haven't made music in forever or maybe I just haven't listened to them in forever. But Kid Cudi, I forgot how much I love their music. And I love their new album. So, and I love Man on the Moon too. And seriously, my favorite album ever. I don't know. It just is so nostalgic for me. So it's been like fun and like just, I feel like free spirited. Like I'm back to my old self. Maybe it's because I'm back in LA. So I'm reintroducing things that I did when I was younger. And because I really hadn't listened to Kid Cudi in a while. So, but the other weekend, I was with my friend and he reminded me of ice blocking. And this is something I haven't done yet since in like probably 10 years or so. But when we were growing up, my best friend Monica and we would go ice blocking, and that's when you go get blocks of ice from the store and you go to like a park and you just slide down on these blocks of ice on grass. This is like the California version of like sledding. Like you can go sledding here, but this was like our little hometown like version of that, and it's so fun. And we used to go all the time. I guess there just really wasn't a lot of other things to keep us entertained, but he reminded me of this and I was like, you know what? I haven't taken my husband. Like maybe we need to go do this, but I don't even know if they still make these ice blocks, but it's so funny. These like little things that just make you appreciate life again and like bring you back to good times, simpler times. And I love it so much. I love doing things that I haven't done. I love reading things that I read back in the day, or just like reading new books and listening to like music that got me through a lot of hard times. So it's been really fun. And I highly suggest, if there's something similar that you guys used to like to do, like drawing, playing a sport, bring back the Wii Sports, or Dance Revolution. I was also thinking, I played volleyball for 6 years. That was something I was never going to go pro on. But 6 years of my life, and it was like club volleyball too. And if my best friend ever moves back to California, I'm going to make her play volleyball with me again. I just miss it. It was so fun. And even though like I wasn't that good at it, and I could go play beach volleyball, but beach volleyball is so much harder than just like regular volleyball. So just like, I don't know, I'm just nostalgic and trying to like enjoy little things in life and like bring it back into my life at no cost. Music is free with a subscription. And like going back to your old interests and hobbies, it's something that we do have control of. There's so many things in our life that we do not have control over, and we don't know how life is going to end up, but we can go back to our favorite music artist, our favorite books, seeing what our favorite authors have come out with new books or not. I used to also like doodling as well. I'm not really artistic at all. I did not get that trait, but I'm really good at like seeing an image and drawing it. Again, I'm not Picasso, but it was still something fun to do. So, I mean, if you can't tell, I'm so happy right now. And it just, I think like if you take a second to think about what you used to love doing growing up, it's going to bring you joy. Just something simple, small. I would dive into that. I would think about incorporating that activity back into your life. So maybe just start small. Give yourself 30 minutes out of a week, pick up your guitar again, get those watercolors, and just get into it. You have to treat this like fun, just like a simple activity, not a chore, not something that has to be productive. As an adult, like we always have to be productive. We always have to be on. So allow yourself some time that's like just doing something for yourself. It's a different form of self-care, self-love. And yeah, it might be something that used to be amazing at, and then you haven't played or drawn or whatever verb I should be saying right now. Like, don't be so hard on yourself. This is something that like you don't have to be great at. You just have to have fun with it. Like you're going to get back into these activities and you might not be perfect at playing the guitar right away, but it will come back. Like it's a natural instinct. I probably don't suck at volleyball as much as I think I do, but I know for sure I'm not going to go pro, but it's still something fun. And you pencil this into your calendar. You should make time to give yourself some time to unwind, relax, or you like habit stack it. Like I if I can't read, usually I'm reading or listening to a book, and sometimes it's like at the same time. So I'll be listening to an audiobook on the way to work. So I'm still doing something for myself. I've been playing Kid Cudi to and from work for the last like couple weeks. So that's my way of doing something for myself as I'm going to an appointment or my job or whatever adult thing I have to do. And I find it so healing. It's not like you're going backwards because you're like doing things we did 15, 20 years ago. It's like you're healing that inner child and you're reminiscing over things that you like love. That's why I think I'm going back and reading like my old books that I love, and like it was just such good times, like such good memories, because life is overwhelming. So you want to do something that brings you comfort and joy, and something that's so simple that it's just drawing or playing a game or hanging out with your old friends, going ice blocking. So this week, ask yourself, what is something I love doing before I had to be good at it? What's one hobby or interest that I could pick back up that's just for me and no one else? Because maybe peace doesn't come from reinventing yourself. Maybe it comes from remembering who you are. So go dance in your room. Go sing I'm a Barbie Girl or whatever song was your jam back in the day. Collect your little trinkets, read your favorite books, play your favorite instrument. Let yourself be a kid again, even if it's just for 30 minutes this week, because we deserve to do things that simply just make us happy. So make sure to check in on yourself this week. Thank you so much for listening in, and make sure to like and subscribe. Thanks, guys.